So coming into this, I was really excited at first. But then I talked to people that go to Oxford who had relationships with Yuki and conversations. I was like, oh, are you guys doing this leadership camp? They're like, no, little kids go there. I was like, oh, like how little? How little? They're like, seventh graders, eighth graders. I was like, oh. So I immediately going into it, I was just like, how is it going to benefit me when I'm talking to eighth graders? And I was really wrong. I was completely wrong. But later I realized that it actually shows you various ways to interact with people of all ages, to make eye contact when speaking with someone, or to basically using hand gestures to emphasize a point, the one that you're trying to hit hard to home. And it also showed me how to engage every single person in this room so that they're staring at you when you're speaking and not talking to others. But my biggest takeaway was probably dealing with other people in an anger situation. And this happened yesterday. So after this, I went to eat lunch with Avi and a couple of friends. And then we got to Red Robin at about 12:30, 12:45. And then we finished eating around 1:42-ish. And then our friend called, like, oh, can I come over now? I was like, oh, we can't say no. So then he comes over and then we go, okay, we're going to get Jamba Juice. Because it was a Red Robin next to Costco. And then you can get Panda Express or Baja Fresh because they're much easier and much faster to eat. So he goes, okay. And then around 3 o'clock, my mom calls. She's like, what are you doing out there? You have to raise your SAT score, you have to do studying, and you're out there for 3 hours studying? You're like, 3 hours talking to your friends? I was like, oh, Mom, okay, I'll come home soon. And then I get home, take my keys out, unlock the door, open it, walk in, and I go, oh, God. And it was like one of those things where like, don't move a muscle, maybe she won't notice you're there, you know? And then Mom comes, what are you doing here? Why do you take so long? And then she goes, you're not studying, you're out with friends, you're doing to class, and you're not improving your score. And then the whole time I was just listening to her, like, let her talk, let her talk, let her talk, let her get out of her system. Because normally I'd be like, yeah, Mom, that's because when I'm studying, you're not looking at me studying, so how would you know when I'm studying or not? That's what I normally would have said. And then probably she would yell at me more, maybe like slap me, but it doesn't hurt now. Because she's like 5 feet tall. And this time I just let her talk, and I was like, yeah, you're right, Mom, I should be studying more, but I'll try to make up to it. I'll stay up late, and then I'll wake up early tomorrow and make it up for you, and I'm sorry that you feel this way, but I'll make sure I get it done. And then I was like, in the end, you'll see that my SAT scores improved in November or October when the scores come back, so don't worry right now, and I'll prove it to you later on that I actually did study. And she looks at me like, it was like kind of like the thing where it's like, you know when someone makes a good move and you're like, but it's a move against you, you're like, oh, that was so smart, but I hate you for making that move. That was the shit like one of those faces like, you win this round. So I go upstairs and study, and I realized that this is actually a really clever way and a really good way to deal with people, because when someone's angry at you, the best way to go by a storm is to be really calm. Because if I yelled back at her, if I had a answer a rhetorical question or had a really sarcastic comment, she would have been like, 2 years ago you did this, and brought up like past events used against me. And then 3 to 6 months from now, I want to use this because I'm going to be president of 3 clubs, and then I'm going to be a leadership in another one. So I want to use this with my board members, and I want to use this with not only with family, but with my secretary, my treasurer, and anyone in general, because we're all a team no matter what we do. You can't make anything better by yourself. You need to have a good team, good relationship with everyone, whether it be family, friends, or professional level. And that's what ImagineU taught me, to make sure that everyone's accounted for, everyone's loved, and everyone is important. And thank you.